So they say, okay, well, okay, Apostle, you saying all of that. Yeah, right. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to get to something, because if you're afraid to die, then you can't live. Because if you understand living versus dying, then you understand you can't die. It is a trick of the enemy. It is a trick of ignorant people telling you something that they have no real knowledge of. We're in stages. We go through transformation just as a butterfly. Just as a butterfly goes through transformation, or what we call metamorphosis. Guess what? We go through the same thing. We go through metamorphosis. You come in to go out, to come back in. Oh. That caterpillar has to go through transformation. That caterpillar doesn't go through it goes through a transformation. It becomes the next level of itself, but doesn't appear as it appeared, because the caterpillar does not look like a butterfly. And this is the same thing that you're going through. And what I'm trying to get you to understand is that transitioning out of here or dying out of here simply means that you're getting ready to go back into everything and be the real God that you are. And then do it all over again. To come back in again. It's a funny thing, because you have to understand, within us is the ability to have what we call an epiphany, or to have what deja vu, or to say, oh, you know what, this has happened before. You know why? Because you're having recall. Because you've done this more than one time, you're having recall. But every time you get out of here, guess what? Your memory is wiped. But every now and then you're able to tap into it. Why? Because you get in a place of the highest level of your awareness where you can begin to experience these things. Okay, somebody gonna hear me in a minute, right? Somebody's gonna hear me in a minute, because what am I really saying to you? What I'm saying is that you've been taught some things that have taken away your power and has limited you to being only a mortal being. People tell you, well, you ain't nothing but flesh. You're filthy. And no, you're not. These are just suits that we have on to survive in this realm. We're pure energy. Our body is made up of at least about 50 trillion cells. Did you hear me? Our body's made up about 50 trillion cells, and through research, what they found out is our cells are a community. Are you listening to me? I'm trying to get you to understand how powerful you are, but you've been limited by limited thinking people. You haven't been opened up to God-centered people. People that have the God conscious, the true God conscious, not some esoteric out in the ether somewhere astrological thought processes. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about God that's rooted and grounded in being and coming into existence and having the ability to manifest that power source, that grace source, and have the ability to do that in such a way that it becomes productive and applicable, that you can apply it to your set of circumstances and situations that is not far-fetched. Talk to me. I said our body's made up at least about 50 trillion cells. And it is a community. And every cell, every single cell is an individual cell that is intelligent, that has its own intelligence. Listen to me, family, because this is important, because what's on the inside is on the outside. We've lost our communities. Because why? We've lost ourselves. We've lost the ability to heal ourselves because we've lost the intelligence that we carry. Stick with me. I'm talking about God and the trauma that's centered around it. This part 2. But listen, every cell is intelligent, and when they are a community, they give up their own personal intelligence. Watch this. You got to hear what I'm saying to you. Each one of our cells have a function in of themselves. The intelligence that is within them allows them to function at the operation that they're supposed to. But, however, when they become a community, they shut down their own self functions to come into the community to better the community and make the community whole. This is what we used to do as a people, but guess what we decided to do? We decided to become a society. We decided to become socially integrated. What is a society? A society is a group of individual people that feign to be together. That's what a society is. A society is a group of individual people, but a community is a collectum. Through research, we found this out. Listen, the cells respond to the central voice. All of these cells, and who makes a more complete understanding of this is Dr. Lipton. But what has been found out through research is that the community responds to the central voice. And you know what the central voice is? The central voice is your brain. When your brain starts speaking, every cell starts listening. Whatever their functions are, listen, they set that aside and come together as a community to see what needs to be done. Okay, what area is affected? Okay, we've been traumatized. Okay, bam, let's get together, let's get the information, and let's send it there. So that what? So we can be healed. We've lost these inner workings. We've lost these integrations. We've lost the ability to be whole and one again because we're in an imaginary state of being. We don't even talk to ourselves. We won't even heal ourselves. You won't even talk to yourself, but you'll pray to something and someone else, but you won't pray to yourself. You won't even strengthen yourself. You can't even think about yourself because you don't want to have too much pride. You don't want to think about yourself because you don't want to be conceited because you're humbling yourself. Yeah, I'm a little excited. I'm feel full of energy. It's important for us to get back to us. This whole experience is about you. This whole experience is about me. It's not about God out in the sky. It's not about Jesus Christ. Let me explain this to you. Why it isn't about Jesus Christ? Because if you subscribe to the tenets, the epistles, the gospels, the books, then you have to understand what whom you refer to as Jesus said. He said that it is finished. I am done. I'm sitting at the right hand of the Father. I'm done. I'm through. It's on you. Oh, but y'all keep trying to get back to him. He don't want nothing to do with it. He's through. You can't keep reminding him of that. He's through. You've been empowered. And let me tell you why you can't sustain power. Because first off, you're having a religious experience. Because a religious experience is a secondhand experience. You're trying to experience someone else's experience. So if this imaginary person that you believe in has already had an experience, then you can't live his experience. There is no power source there. There is only a residual or a residue. And if it's only a residual or residue power, then that means that only X amount of people will have access to it before it's all utilized. So he told you he was finished. Not only that, but then he told you something else. He told you that you're going to have to pick up your cross. Because you got a cross to bear. In other words, you got some situations and circumstances that you're going to have to go through that ain't going to have nothing to do with. I can't help you out of it. It's about you. Oh, but y'all don't want to do that. Y'all keep lying. Y'all keep telling people that, well, this going to happen. That's because you're unlearned it of the scriptures. Go and learn what they're saying to you and stop lying to people. This is your experience. Okay, so what did I just say? I just said that you're having a religious experience. Why? Because you're having a secondhand experience. You're not having a firsthand experience. What spirituality does for us is give us firsthand experience because it is our experience as being gods and goddesses. Are you listening to me? See, I'm challenging. I'm challenging, not debating, not arguing with, but I'm challenging the pastors to rethink what they're teaching. It means that you're unlearned it when you don't understand what's going on and how to deliver the information to the people on a real level where it becomes applicable in their lives and they can utilize it and see the effects of it. Not every now and then. See, it only works every now and then because you find pockets of residuals. Every now and then you find a pocket of residue of power and then you act upon that. You can't sustain it. It doesn't happen like that always. Why? Because you're having a secondhand experience. Fool around and get a first-hand experience and watch the real power that you possess. Because you're God, because you have opened up yourself and became. It's about you. It's about your experience. It's about you having the ability to create. It's about you manifesting and bringing forth. It's about you, family. It's not about God out there. It's about you. It's your experience. Don't be brought into bondage by the teachings and doctrines of men. Bring yourself into yourself and realize who you are and manifest yourself and watch you be God and then do God acts and God things for your family, for your wife, for your children, for your community. Watch those things happen. Right? To happen for you once you open up and become. How can you listen? Let me. I beseech you to listen to me. How can you love something more than you love yourself? You can't do it. It's impossible. It's impossible. You don't have to believe me. Keep on trying it. And you're going to keep on failing at it. And you're going to keep on begging God. Please forgive me, Lord. I had sexual thoughts about somebody and I know that I'm not married and I'm going to go to hell. Well, isn't that something? That you were created for this purpose. You were created to copulate. So it is unnatural to have thoughts about it. That's not unnatural. That's not a sin. That is a natural thought, which you cannot kill. which you cannot displace. However, you could direct it to where it should go. You can be an authority and control over it. See, that's what God does. See, God has the ability to manage. Macro, micro, manage. You're being taught fear. You're being taught because you thought like that, you're going to hell. You're going to burn in the fire. But you're not taught to manage. To bring under subjection and direct it to where it's supposed to go. I'm talking to somebody because somebody's struggling. And I'm talking to you in the church, lying to you. The preacher going to put you in hell when he don't have one to put you in. Hell, he in the back room praying too, talking about forgive me, I sin, for I've sinned, Lord. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to make sense because we've been so traumatized. When it comes to the church does more trauma than anybody else. But we don't talk about it. You know why? Because we're afraid God gonna kill us. Let me share something with you all. And let me be clear on this. If you're serving something that doesn't give you the freedom of speech, doesn't give you the ability to express how you feel and how you think, then that's not even worth serving. Because why? You're nothing more than a slave. A real father that has real empathy and affection for his or her children take the time out to nurture them, to speak to them, to provide an atmosphere that's conducive for them to express themselves. What kind of God that would make you want to love him before you love yourself and love your own wife? That ain't no God at all. That's a narcissistic buildup of energy. Okay, let me check the timeline. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Pamela says, truth is hard to swallow when you've been living in a lie under a white Jesus. This is true. Doctor says, hence, many are not sold out to Jesus as much as they say. The level of conviction is determined by the situation, and this is true. Sister Rhonda says, because so many remain in the theta realm. This is true. Doc says, yes, absolutely, and they do not want to come out of that theta realm. Fear, false evidence appearing real. That's correct, Sister Rhonda. Doc says, Rhonda, yes, absolutely, and many do not want. There's a difference between human and women in mankind. Yes, indeed. Hey, Ray, what's going on? Lavelle says, absolutely, a trickery and deceit. Shadrin says, well. And Rhonda says, back into the cosmos. Sister Pamela says, I hear you now, brother. Lavelle says, true energy. Pamela says, yes, indeed, speak. Now, trauma interrupts your true purpose. It does. Sister Pamela says, we've reduced ourselves from human beings to just being lost all hue. Yes, indeed. Sister Rhonda says, I talk to myself. Yes, indeed. That is a good thing because you can heal yourself. You can manifest yourself. You can strengthen yourself. That's right. You can praise yourself and worship yourself. Why? Because you have tempos. And once you hear me sink in, put them together, you'll be whole. I see you, Brother Tony. Elder Gibb says, true session. Sister Pamela says, we have been told to fall on our knees in the name of a fake Jesus instead of standing up to the fear of this virus. It's happening right in front of us. Yes, indeed. Lavelle says fire. Hey, Bobby G. Doc says, let's consider when you become an adult, you are responsible for yourselves. Jesus could only continue to help you as an adult because the spirit of control of the slave master, and the same God was going to reward you when you die. Children need guidance. Children need guidance in Jesus. Okay. Hey, Wells. Okay. We doing up in here. Let me put something out here for you. Hey, Tammy. Let me know if y'all can see that. Okay, you can see it. Let me show you all something. See, and this is, again, this is what happens when people don't take their scholarship far enough. They can't get you to the truth. Because the truth is the only thing that's going to make you free. And you'll hear me and you'll hear me well. Truth is the only thing that's going to make you free. I want to talk to you because people they're fearing death. They're fearing dying. They're fearing to be dead because somehow they think that it is the end of all things. It's not. And then also, let me share something else with you. This planet that we're on will never be destroyed. This world we're living in is never coming to an end. We've only begun to keep on beginning. We only stop to start again. We're in a 360-degree cycle. Neither end nor beginning. Neither created nor destroyed. We are forever who we are. And let me share something with you. People say, well, do you believe in reincarnation? I said, no. They said, well, why not? Because for one thing, I am the creation of my creative mother and father, which means that I've been created as a certain infinite being, which can never be anything but me. Which means that I can't come back as a fly, a horse, a dog, a cat, a monkey. Don't let people tell you that bullshit. Don't let nobody tell you you're going out in the sky and live in a mansion. That's a lie. You need to understand what's going on. And you can know if you really want to know the truth, because the truth will make you free. When you hear it, you know it's the truth. You cannot believe in good faith. You cannot believe that you're going out there in the sky and live in a house. Come on, family. I see you, Sergeant at Arms. Okay, come on, let's look at this. Everybody good? All right. Hold on, let me. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Let me get this nectar. Sister Rhonda called it nectar. Let me go ahead and hit it. KD. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Now look at this. Look at the word dead. It's always good to do an etymology on things because you can kind of trace it back and find out where it comes from and get a deeper meaning, or get a more of a profound meaning. Okay. Let me do one more thing real quick, fam. Let me share this one more time. I keep trying to get to to the word shit for y'all so I could do the etymology on it for you. I may have to do that during the course of the week. I'll probably do that during the course of the week because I'm gonna finish up on this and then I'm gonna turn you guys loose. Okay, now okay, look at this. Dead. It's a Greek word. If you look it up in the Greek, you can look in the Strong's. You'll find it under number 3498. A Strong Greek Hebrew lexicon. You'll find it there. But look at this. It is actually the word nakros. And then you've heard the term necromancer, right? See, this is what I'm trying to get y'all to understand something, man. The church has so traumatized us and stoked us with such fear that we won't involve ourselves with real knowledge. We're surface dwellers. We deal with superficial things. We don't deal with the deep things. We don't deal with the profound things because the profound things means that you have to go beyond the surface. And going beyond the surface doesn't always give you clear vision. It's a little dark in there. Huh. Hello, somebody. It's a little dark in there. Okay, so let's look at this. The word nakros, again, the word necromancer. Necromancer is what? Meaning, oh, they're calling forth the dead. They're calling on the dead. They're of the devil. But it's deeper than that. People haven't understood death. They're still trying to understand death. What is death? Why does death happen? What's the purpose of it? Death is not to eliminate you from existence. Hear what I'm saying to you, family. Existence. Death is the ability to go into everything and to be everything. Not only that, but it means to cross over and pass on into who you are. With these suits on, we're only 10% of who we are. Yep. Psychologically, and through the neuroscientists, they said that we only use 10% of our brain. Right? Only 10%. But what they found out that there were other components and parts that went with the brain. For example, the glias. The glia are the ones that turns the neurons on, that gives information, that inhibits things, that make things work right, that eliminates things. So that means that it turns on the whole brain. But we're only 10% because why? This environment only places a demand on that. So when we become greater than the 10% is when we begin to have our God consciousness turn on and we begin to do supernatural things. Y'all ain't gonna hear me. If you don't believe me, just look it up. I'm just trying to give it to you in a nutshell where you could kind of digest it. Right? So 10%. We're on a 10 base system, right? 10%. 10 base system. If you go into the church, what's the church want? 10%, right? 10 is a very powerful number. It means something. It's not just there. Okay, so when we get to talking about death and dying, we've been stoked with fear. So fear causes us not to embrace it. Because let me share something with you. Death or transitioning is the greatest high you will ever experience. Because you get to go on a ride. You get to go on a ride throughout the universe, man, and become everything. And then turn around and come back again and put one of these on. One of these suits called a body. If you want to know who real aliens are, we are. It's a suit we have on. Oh, okay. All right. But anyway, let me go ahead on. Necromancy. Okay. So death, nacros. Look at this. The English word nacros. And what did we just say, Sister KD? Fix. That drink, Sister Rhonda called it nectar. Look what the word nacros and nacros and necrosis means nectar, in nectar. It comes from the Latin. Look at that. It means what? Nectar. Death means what? Nectar. Oh man, y'all ain't gonna talk to me. I'm finna go out here and I can't go nowhere, but shoot, I was finna say I'm finna get in my car and leave. But anyway, look at it. It means nectar. So in other words, to be dead or death is not a bad thing. And we know what nectar is. Nectar is a drink for who? The gods. So when you drink that nectar or when you take on death, you're taking on your true nature. You're going back into who you really are. To go back into all things, to gather back into all things, to gather all things back in, and then turn around and come and do it again. I'm trying to tell you and give you some strength within yourself that if you do this, you can strengthen yourself and not be afraid of the virus or any other thing. Oh, okay. All right. Necrosis and nectar. 1550 from what? Latin, nectar, from Greek, nectar, name of the drink of the what? Gods, which is said to be a compound of what? Nec, meaning death, and see, necros, and tar, meaning to overcome. See what that is? Say, if you drink the nectar, then you overcome. What is the nectar? The nectar for us, because God is death. Because we what? Live again. And if you subscribe to any of the sacred texts, what did Yahushua tell you he was going to do? He told you that he was going to die, and in 3 days he was going to get up. Wait a minute. Dag nabbit. What did he say? He said what? He said he's going to lay it down. He said in 3 days, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to get it back up. I'm going to raise it. Come over here, and I'm going to go back into all things. Oh, man, they said all kind of stories. They said people was walking and talking with him, and then they realized who he was, and then they said, did not our hearts burn as he spake? Then it was men in the room, Kepha, all of them were in one room, and he appeared in the midst of the room. Why? Because he had the ability to go back into what? All things. That's why you have the ability to what? If you know what you're doing, if you're not afraid, there's times that you entertain your ancestors. Why? Because they're not dead. Oh my God. They're not dead. They're yet living. You're going to hear me in a minute. See, if you're not afraid to drink the nectar, then and only then can you be in full strength. Because there's no fear that grips you, because fear is an inhibitor. It inhibits you from operating a certain element of your brain. Okay. Okay. And I'll probably during the course of the week go back over this with you guys again too. But it comes from a proto-language, European language, which means also to cross over or to pass through and to overcome. So you see, if you understand it, look at what it's telling you. It means that you're going to cross over, you're going to pass through, and you're going to overcome. What are you going to overcome? You're going to overcome the limitations of this universe. This universe has limited elements and resources, right? So you're going to overcome these limitations that are placed upon you by the elements of this universe. You're going to cross through them, cross over them, overcome them. So then death doesn't mean that you're going someplace where you're going to be in some type of solitary confinement or some type of place where you're tormented or some type of place where you're going to have such great blitz that you're going to be in ecstasy at all times. That's not what that isn't what it's saying to you. What it's actually saying to you is that you are who you are. And because you are, you have an assignment, a specific purpose that you're going to continue to do forever and ever with variations. With variations. Okay? It's a wonderful thing. Hey, Tiny. Hey, Pastor Uchi. Hey, Sister Beck. Okay. Sergeant at Arms. Hey, Tammy. Okay. All right. Okay, let me go ahead and finish up on this. Okay, it means comes from this Greek root by way of the Latin. The Greek word necrum or nacrum means to make dead. According to the linguists, listen to this, laws developed by the German histological linguist scholar Jakob Ludwig Grimm, changing a consonant in a word does not alter the meaning of the word. Listen carefully. Changing a consonant in a word does not what? Alter the meaning of the word. The English word consonants C and K and G are what? Interchangeable. Isn't that something? Then it says, then check this out. Watch this. Therefore, negro and nacro have the same meaning. Whew, let me say that again because you got to catch what I'm getting ready to tell you. It says that, therefore, negro or nacro have the same meaning. Negro means to be what? Black. Now, if nacro or nacros means to be black, then that means then that the gods are black. Not only that the gods are black, but the black gods drink nectar. They have the ability to drink death and do it over again and cross over and overcome. Oh, y'all ain't hearing me. That they can never die. You can never die. The very makeup of you, your very pheno, physiology, ecology, humanity can never die. It is revised. It evolves. It revolves. Oh, you ain't got to talk to me, but I'm talking to you. I want to speak something to you. I want to speak life to you, that you're going to live to keep on living. Come on here. You only stop to start again. Listen, you drink that nectar to become greater. So when you come back around, the next go around, you're going to be greater than you were this time. Oh, you're going to do those incredible acts, those supernatural acts, because why? You're going to realize that, hey, I've been through this. I have a purpose. I won't fall victim to this ever again. Come on here. Somebody going to talk to me in a minute. I'm talking to somebody. Somebody need to hear this because, see, people are stoking fear. You see what I'm saying? These old lying preachers, they're going to get back on here tomorrow and start talking about Jesus again. But Jesus ain't healed nobody. These people still dying. These people belong to their church. Well, Elder so-and-so died. The corona guy. Hold on, wait a minute. But you the pastor. You don't aren't Jesus going to do it? See, at some point, y'all got to understand that the creator, father, and mother of us is revealing to you all that what you've been teaching, what you're being taught is not the truth. You're being deceived. You're being hoodwinked. You're being bamboozled. You're being run amok. You're being blindfolded. And the last time I checked, it said if the blind leads the blind, they say, oh, fall in the ditch. And that's where y'all at right now in the ditch. The church in the ditch. The church fighting against the church. This preacher talking about that preacher. The preacher talking about the people wearing the clothes like this. The preacher over there talking about makeup. You're blind and cannot see or far off. You're afraid to die. When death means, man, listen here, you get to become great. Now, if you subscribe to that Bible that you read, then you also know that Jesus told you that except the wheat of corn fall into the ground and die first, then it abides alone. But if it falls into the ground and die, then it brings forth what? Much fruit. What is he telling you? When you take on the next phase of who you are, you're going to have greater fruit. Why? Because you go back into everything. You have greater strength and power and authority. You sitting here afraid. You sitting here afraid of the very thing that gets you to your next level of who you are. Listen, if I check out tomorrow, I'm cool. I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm not fighting it. I'm not even struggling against it. And I told my people, listen, don't put me on nothing. If I can't breathe, don't put me on nothing. Let me go on where I'm going. I'm checking up out of here so I can do it again because I'm going to cross over. What I tell y'all, it means what? To cross over, to
pass over and overcome.
To pass over, to overcome. So you're going to do what? You're going to cross over, pass through, and overcome. If you don't believe me, look the word up. Study it for yourself. Do etymology on it yourself. Do a word trace on it yourself. And you'll find that these people that are teaching, lying to you, aren't taking their scholarship far enough. They're parochial. They're parochial. If somebody is still teaching you, talking about in the name of Jesus, they're parochial. And in good faith, they can't keep telling you that. If they want you to know the truth and the truth shall make you free, they can't keep teaching you that because they know that no such person has ever existed. They know that there's no such person by the name of Jesus that ever existed. And that's not the annunciation of it anyway. It would be Jesus. There's not an annunciation of the J. European counterparts have always had a problem with folks' names. They make your name be what they want it to be. Hello. June Wells says, I was once blind, but now I think. I see you, Mike Brown. How you doing, bro? Sister Shadron says, whatsoever man think. Yes, that's right. The church teach you to fear death. And it's a big money. Hey, Miss Nellie. It's a big money thing. Hey, Carolyn, what's going on, homegirl? Hey, Travis, man, long time no see. Hey, Cynthia, what's going on? I love you all. Hey, James Belton, how you doing? Ray, listen, I love you all, and I'm always excited to share these Saturdays with you, and along with my staff and along with my constituents. I just want to say I'm grateful to our very own brother, the intuitive one, Craig Leverett, that is coming to the studio and lent us his thoughts and his heart. I love you, brother. I just want to say that I love you. And to Elder Billy Harris, just to say thank you, love you. And those that we have lined up that are going to come into the studio, I'm excited. Once we are lifted for some kind of travel, because things will never be the same ever again. Y'all need to know this. Please understand this. They're not going to be better. You need to understand that this is the awakening point where you wake up and realize how messed up things really are, to really see how things really appear. And that you're going to get this great lie. You're going to get this great lie tomorrow. Y'all going to be all over the internet, you pastors. You all didn't come in the room because y'all don't want to hear the truth. But y'all going to start up with that same bullshit tomorrow, because that's all it is, bullshit. The truth makes you free. The truth does not put you in fear and put you in bondage. The truth gives you life and give it to you more abundantly, because that's what the true Messiah said, that I come to give you life and give it to you more what? Abundantly. The true Messiah says, I come not to destroy the world, but what? To heal it, to make it whole, to deliver it. And you all are trying to destroy it. You praying for it to be destroyed. Well, you should be praying for it to be healed, to be made whole. Again, you haven't taken your scholarship far enough. You're a pseudo. You're a parochial. Go back and study. Study to show thyself approved. Workmen need not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. You got to get to the truth, brothers and sisters. You're not at the truth yet. Because Jesus is not the truth. Jesus is not the way. And Jesus is not real. You can sing with all the energy that you want to sing. You can pray all you want to pray, but he ain't real. I know we don't want to hear that, because why? Because it attacks our core value. Because that is our core value. That is our core belief. We have been conditioned. We have been hypnotized. We've been held spellbound by that. And as a result, we've remained in a place of civility. We've remained in a place of being subservient. We've remained in a place of being subjugated. We've remained in this place of docility, where we are docile and will not raise our head up to think. We've been down so long, getting up ain't even crossed our mind. Why? Because we've been given inferior knowledge. We've been taught to believe in something that isn't true. And therefore, an image has been placed in our minds that we worship as being the creator. And that's our European counterparts. We see them as being some type of supreme God, when that is the farthest thing from the truth in their imagination. Why am I saying this? Because people, it's time to wake up. You get an opportunity to wake up. Listen, you're going to be locked down long enough. Now, you're going to have to confront yourself. You're going to have to see how things really go and see what your prayers do. See what praying to Jesus does for you. See where it takes you. Those of us that have wisdom know to call for what? Prayer. Why do we call for prayer? Yeah, you talking about you? I told Jesus, but why do we call each other for prayer? So we can do what? It's the collective power. It is a collectum. It is the body that heals itself because we're one big body. We call on each other for all the other cells because we're big giant batteries. We're big systems of information and energy. And if you call the right person, you can get the right energy. We'll be talking about some things here in the coming weeks, you all. Yeah, they have to keep the alive in order to keep them in the pews. That is correct. Hey, Angela. Woe to them, yes. And I'm going to say this. And I'm going to say this to you, you pastors, you apostles, you bishops, you clergymen. Y'all with them big old crosses around your neck and walking around with your outfits on, and you can't play dead good. Yeah, with your collars on. Why am I saying this? Because it's important. No, I want to invoke something in you. I want you to get angry enough with me to go and study for real. Oh, I ain't worrying about that because you can't beat me up. I ain't even worrying about that. But I adjure you and beseech you to go and study and stop this. All it takes is just a little study. All you got to do is just run a few references, look up a few words, and even some of you all's information tell you that, hey, you know what? It isn't true. It's just used for traditional purposes. Traditional purposes. But you're telling people it's the truth. And I have all kind of buddies and friends, man, that are pastors, man. I got buddies, man, that are in Islam. I'm talking about Islam too, because y'all keep lying too. All the little Islamic religions and all of that, y'all keep lying too, man. Y'all just telling lies. Y'all know that person has never existed. Y'all know that there's not a J, that Jesus has never existed. I don't care how hard you try to pray and think and imagine it and will it to be, it never will, because it's not the truth. A lie can never be the truth, nor a truth can never be the lie. I don't care how many times you tell a lie, it'll never be the truth. And I don't care how you perceive it. Your perception can be skewed and off. To be free is to know the truth. To be liberated is to accept the lie and then try to live by it. But to be free. But the real master teaching, the Messiah, said, listen, I come to give you life and give it to you more abundantly. How many of you want abundant life? And if you want the abundant life, then you're going to have to get with yourself. You have to fall in love with yourself. You got to position yourself to cause the things to gravitate to you as you gravitate to them, and then you advance to them. You know what we call that? That's a specific kind of time that we deal with, and it's called Kairos time. It means to advance to a set occasion that has already been pre-deposited in time. How many of you want to advance to your set occasion where you advance? Well, the way to get there is retro. The way to get there is to look back, to look forward. Because the only way to become fruitful and more fruitful within yourself is to deal with you and not deal with ostensible things, but to deal with where you at in your mind, where you at in your heart, where you at in your forgiveness and in your confession. The only somebody you need to be confessing to is yourself. And if you want to confess, Yeah, if you want to confess to your wife or your children or whatever, I mean, that's fine. But the only person that you should be confessing to is yourself. And you should be praising, worshiping your wife, your children, your family. They said, well, okay, Apostle, who you? My mother and my father, I praise and worship. How'd you get here? My mother. My mother delivered me. Jesus did not deliver me. When I was a small boy, when I was hurting and crying, my mother delivered me. She healed my wounds. And if she couldn't heal them, she took them to somebody else that could. Huh? Y'all not thinking. It was your mother that nursed you. It was your mother that carried you for 9 months in her womb. For 40 weeks in her womb. It was your mama that felt that pain when you was kicking her in her bladder. It was your mother that felt that pain when you was kicking her down in the lower regions of her bottom parts. It was your mother that suffered that and went through that. She delivered you, and you got nerve enough to try to say somebody else did it. That was your mama. Yeah, when you was up crying and you wasn't feeling well, who healed you? That was mama. Mama delivered you, but you'll give all the praise and the glory to something you cannot see, but you won't worship your own mama. Won't even worship your own mama. And that's God. Because heaven is on the inside. You came from heaven. You come out of heaven. Mama, I love you. Mama, I love you and I'm grateful. All praises to my father that gave up the seed to my mother. All praises. I love you, Dad. All praises. I praise you. I magnify you. And I glorify you. My mother and my father, Jeff and Mary Clay, I magnify you and glorify you. And I speak strength and good health to you. I decree that you shall live long and prosper. I worship you. Because I know you're more than a conqueror. I know you've already overcome. I know you're going to cross through and cross over. It's time to wake up, family. It's time to become a community again where we worship and praise each other, where we magnify each other. There was a time we used to speak to each other. We used to love on each other, embrace one another, handshake with one another, or spend time with one another, come by and visit one another. We've stopped being a community and become a society. Hello, somebody. We've become individual people that live in the same environment or same locality. But we don't have fellowship. We don't have culture. We don't have values. We don't have those real true beliefs. I'm talking to somebody today. Not just myself, but I know I'm talking to myself first, but I'm talking to somebody today. That you're going to come out of the sleep that you've fallen into. Come on here. Someone sold tear. Someone caught you sleeping and sold tear in your week. All right, family. Brother Ronald Jackson says, what was the black man name that they called his name Jesus? In my understanding, you are giving me his true knowledge of life and love, the truth of who we truly are. One of the names, and there's different renditions of it, we use a short form, Yahshua. And then there's a long form, Yahushua. And then there's some other renditions that other people use. But you can actually go back and trace the name Yahushua and know that is a real name in antiquity. And that there were a number of messiahs that came with that same name, Yahushua. And the real true messiah that came was a revolutionary. He was not some divine, spiritual fanatic that was trying to proselytize everybody. No. He came to his people to heal his people, because we're being held in what? Captivity. Slavery, the same today. Same thing we're doing today. Come to free our people. But I'm going to say this again. I'm going to go back to when I was talking about my bishops, my pastors, apostles, evangelists, pastors, teachers, church folk, imams, Islamic people, all of y'all. Let my people go. Let my people go. Let my people go. I love you, family. Let my people go. That's right. The true Trinity is the mother, father, and child. That is true. Yes, Sister Tammy says to thine own self be true. Brother Ronald Jackson says, Ronald, we did that one. Then he says, also, I just told my mother that, my brother, my earth. Yes, indeed. I see you, June. Shadron, I see you. Doc says, hello, obey, respect, give honor and praise your mother and father so that your days may be long upon this earth. Know Jesus. I hear you. Sadrian says it's time to separate. Lavelle says peace to one. Ronald Jackson says that's right. June says you're talking to me, divine. I am still napping. Wake me. That's right. I see you, Pastor Brown. I see you, Patricia. I love you all. And I've held you long enough. Listen, as always, hold what you got. Muse over it. Cogitate upon it. Ponder on it. But by all means, do what? Govern yourselves accordingly. One love, eternal light, peace, power, prosperity, and good health. Always you